Speed, technique, will, opportunism. All the qualities you need in life to be truly successful. And qualities that can tip the scales when you're fighting other sports gladiators and Mother Nature at the same time. Wanting to win is not enough. The right cocktail of qualities is often useless if you lack simple luck. And without it, fate can arrange the cards in its own way. This is the third day of the Fenix Rally 2022. Another day filled with high-speed passions, lots of sand and unforgettable moments for every participant in the race in Tunisia. The preliminary plan for the third stage of the race included a total of 338 kilometers with two speed sections of 160 and 92 kilometers. However, the strong wind changed the strategy and part of the route was changed to avoid the sand chaos. Unlike the second stage, where swimming in the dunes was the main activity of the competitors, on Tuesday the masters of higher speeds would have reason to rejoice with a harder surface. Winning a stage in a desert rally on motorcycles is one of the most controversial events in this type of racing. The great joy and pride of success go hand in hand with the uncertainty of being the first racer on the unknown track the next day. South African Matthew Gerd found himself in this situation. After recording second and first place in the first 2 days, the opening of the stage on Tuesday was a difficult task, which turned out to be the 5th place in the standings for the day. Italian Christian Pastori, who was in the situation of Gerd the day before, took advantage of the better starting position and recorded a second stage victory. The Frenchman Jacobi Michel has shown remarkable perseverance so far, and may be a hidden favourite for the final victory, following the mistakes of Gerd and Pastori. On the third day, Michel finished second. Three minutes and 37 seconds behind the winner with a third time was the Pole Bartholomew Tabin, who also seems ready to join the battle for the final victory. So after the third day, Matthew Gerd's lead over Jacobi Michael is a paltry 9 seconds, and the battle between them will turn out to be truly titanic. Christian Pastore is more than 5 minutes away from first. In the second edition of the Fenix Rally, there is a racer who doesn't worry about his outsider status. Chaima Ben Amu is the only woman in the huge class of motorcycles, and her participation here is not accidental. She can be a real role model for Tunisian women and show that she can compete even in the extremely demanding motorcycle class.
The federation selected me to this rally because I'm the champion of motocross in Tunisian feminine, and Alexander Kovachev he came bike for me from Greece, and I think it's hard for me, but I'm strong. I thank Alexander Kovachev to help me to participate this rally. It's very pleasure for me.
The 7-day race combines different terrains, alternating fast, hard sections with technical sand dunes. But are the latter to the liking of this lady?
No, the fast sections. The dunes I 50 times.
Chaima has already won this competition, regardless of where she finishes, but for her, the biggest victory will not be her personal ranking.
I hope to the woman is come to drive in Tunisia. It's a very nice country.
One of the great Lithuanian dominances in the race is forming in the class of ATVs. 3 of the first 4 for the day turned out to be from the Baltic states. Obviously, Adomas Ganzierius is well prepared and very ambitious because the leader in the general ranking dominates on the 3rd day with a stage victory. However, the difference between him and 2nd place was not great. His compatriot Jon Slipavicius was 11 seconds behind the fastest in the stage. After problems in the previous stage, Gaetan Martinez returned with 3rd place for the day. However, the Frenchman is already nearly 29 minutes behind the leader in the standings. And there, Ganzierius leads with a lead of 1 minute and 43 seconds, ahead of Antanas Kanopkinas, who remained 4th for the day. Nicolas Martinez is still behind the leader with his 5th place for the stage, with over 9 minutes of deficit in the general standings. 40 machines continued the battle in the SSV class, where the smiling Benoit Lepietre from France is trying to hold the first position from the assault of the youngsters. After serious problems the day before, Chris Menema returned with a bang. The Estonian got everything he could from his Can-Am and finished the stage in 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Well, for us it's a very tight battle because we are 35 minutes behind, so we have to make every stage count, and hopefully the trouble we had in the second stage finds the other guys as well. So.
Strength is in perseverance, and the Pole Maciej Stolarski knows this. He was second, not only retaining the same place in the overall standings, but also managed to close the gap with the leader Lepietre.
Yes, it was a good stage, we had good speed, but not too much. We was very careful, were very careful because car is not too strong.
And he himself finished 2.5 minutes after his Polish rival.
It was a good day with a long stage, with a small town, a very nice, good race yesterday.
We had few mistakes in the navigation, and in one place there was a motorcycle on the road, and on the other side of the road was the ditch. And yeah, because of that motorcycle we hit the ditch and stuck here. Another guy from Lithuania just helped us to move out, but yeah, we lost about 4 or 5 minutes there. But we didn't lost so much and kept the third place in the total positions.
Despite the third place, Lepietre continues to lead in the standings, followed by Stolarski and Tomas Mitsus from Lithuania, who remained 8th in this stage. The ensuing serious Estonian-Dutch car battle is attracting more and more attention. Because when in a rally raid we talk about the differences in seconds, not minutes, then the intrigue is present. Urvo Manama once again showed that he is in great shape, and won the third stage after being left without his navigation points in the second. This time the Estonian was uncompromising, covering the distance in 2 hours and 12 minutes.
It was just quite a nice and fast sections all over, so were not that many dunes, and it was just a very nice and fast drive. So why we came here for, to kind of have some competitive battles, so it's good.
However, Riens Hofstra made no mistake to dethrone him and stopped the stopwatch just 28 seconds later than Manama. Another Dutch crew, that of Rick van den Brink, is doing everything possible to catch up for the previous days and performed excellently with a third time.
Started with a good combination of dunes and fast tracks in the morning. Later on in the day we came to the mountains. It was more like gravel and more altitude. It was a very good stage, nice to drive.
Riens Hofstra remains at the top of the group of cars, and his difference of only 49 seconds from Urvo Manama portends real action to the end. Trucks usually sit on the track of every rally raid race, but that doesn't mean they'll end up at the end of the column. William van Groningen was the favourite to win the class in the first days. He was the fastest in the third stage, and as they often say, with eating comes the appetite. The Dutchman is no longer aiming only for the first place in his class, but for that of the general ranking among cars, trucks and SSV machines.
We come from 14th place, and yesterday we were 5th, so we are going well. That's our goal today. We want to finish at first overall.
However, Van Groningen's compatriot Ado van Helsen has a different strategy, and for him the pursuit of total domination in the desert can have very unpleasant consequences.
When you do that, you name too much risk, in my opinion. And his tires were completely destroyed, and my tires are very good. I go more for safe. The end goal is number 2 by the trucks, and I have now on number 3 now, 16 minutes behind number 2. So I get him this day, and when the truck stay good, number 2 is the maximum, or William must have a problem, but I don't think so.
Van Velsen finished second for the day, closing the gap with Klaas Steinhoffel of Germany. The battle for victory in the trucks seemed to be over, at least for now. However, this does not mean that fate cannot shuffle the cards once more before the end of the race. The third day of the Fenix Rally 2022 was expected to be exciting and spectacular. In the next stage, riders, pilots and navigators will pass through one of the most iconic places in Tunisia, the village of Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars. Rest assured that the battle in the desert will continue to be in galactic proportions.